Hey guys, welcome back to 5nothing100nothing.com. I am Fugit, the fittest underdog guru using intelligent tactics. And today, guys, I want to talk to you about the past, the present, and the future. But we're not calling it that anymore, okay? I don't like the way it's phrased, and I'll tell you why. You have your past and present and future in chronological order, right? In order in which things are going to happen. But I think when it comes to planning your life and thinking about your purpose and your mission and what you want out of life, I think it's better to think of it as past, future, and present. And I'll tell you why, okay? The way I see it, the past is your teacher, okay? You're not defined by your past. Your past is your experiences. The past taught you. At least it should have taught you, you know? Unless you're delusional or narcissistic or entitled, or just think that, you know, you were a victim of circumstance, which in some cases we all were, okay? But through that, you're taught, and you should have learned something from that. And that's where self-reflection, whether it's meditation, whether it's just having that alone time to really think and go deep inside, will you understand really what it means to you and what you can take away from it to be your best version of you, okay? I like past first, then your future. And to me, your future is your target, okay? Some people think you can determine your destiny completely, and that's not true, because you're one person with a free will. And even if you make every correct decision, whatever that means, in order to achieve success or to have the life you design, you have a world full of people that also have free will, and they are in your path to either teach you or for you to teach them, or to grow from each other, hopefully to help each other. But that's not the way the world always works, you know? There's good and evil, whatever form you want to look at it, from a spiritual side, religious, whatever, okay? But there's other people that are going to be in your path that may, in fact, determine your future, for better or worse, right? And we don't need to get into the details. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. But the present is up to you, you know? You've got a canvas in front of you, and you can design it any way you want. You can paint it, and, you know, get as artistic and expressive and, you know, based on your decisions, your habits, etc., when it comes to your life, any way you want to. And the decisions you make in the present are like taking aim at your future. And you don't know when you go to pull that arrow back and release, or you point that gun and you shoot at that target of the future, you know, you can't be 100% certain where it's going to hit. But I can tell you that if you're not taking that shot, if you're not pulling that arrow back, if you're not doing something in the present, then your future is really left up and determined by the decisions of others. And that's no way to live your life, because then you have no hope. You'll live in worry, doubt, and fear. When that happens, you will be a miserable SOB. Okay, so there's a balance in all of it, you know. There's, you know, especially when kids, like when they're growing up, they see the world in black and white. And, you know, my son is still at that stage where he's asking what's the best, or is this better than that, or what's the right answer, what's the wrong answer. And, you know, there's some things like, well, yeah, you know, going and cutting a puppy's head off would be bad to do, right? You know, choosing whether you eat a hamburger for lunch or pasta. And I'm talking about a little kid, not an adult, because, you know, you should be eating healthy. But, you know, what's the better choice for me? Well, there's a lot of questions. It's a lot of it depenses, right? And kids will usually get frustrated with that. And sometimes we can be childlike as well. And we have so many decisions in this day and age that we sometimes become indecisive because we don't know what the best decision is. And sometimes you just need to make a decision. you know? I mean, use common sense and think it through and make an educated or informed decision, but at some point you're going to have to choose something, and you're going to have to, go with it. And a lot of things, you could go to school, get a degree, start in that field, realize you don't like it. You're not stuck in that field forever. You can get out. You can change directions in your career. It might take a little more work because you just invested 4 years or whatever it was in the direction of that profession, but you can change direction. What would you rather do? Be miserable for the next 20 years of your work life, or work your butt off for the next 2 to 3 to course correct and be happy for the remainder of your work life? Think about that. If you're in a bad relationship, and then I guess it ties into the sunk cost fallacy, and you decide, well, I've invested all this in this direction, I'm just going to keep going. And there's a difference between persistence, dedication, sacrifice, and making decisions that are in the direction of what you want for your future. And the difference between that and realizing that it was a mistake, but you're going to do everything you can to salvage and make it the best it can be. And there's a lot of times in life where there's not a lot of finality. You might feel like there is, and it seem like finality as you're changing and course correcting, but a lot of times you can change direction. And when you do that, it's going to be a little uncomfortable because you're maybe settled into that path that you're going, or that relationship that you're in, but you can course correct. You can change it. You can change something. It starts with changing you. Change the way you think about it. Change your mindset. Stay positive. Work hard. Have you turned over every stone possible? Have you knocked on every door for that sale? Have you dated every girl and realized that this one who's making you miserable is the one? Well, if that's the one, it's not the one. There is no one, okay? There's compatibility. There's hard work on both sides. And it takes a lot of effort. Everything does. Everything worth having is going to come with a cost and a price. And if it didn't, you wouldn't value it. Like, share, subscribe. Love you guys. Have a great rest of the day.